Captaincy Live with the Traders. Now, here are your hosts, Roy, Calvin, and Warnie.
G'day with the Traders, thanks to Sportsbet. I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach Calvinator, boys, how are we?
I'm excited, it's finals time.
Oh.
It is. And we're in them.
We're
so
in
that's
them?
a positive thing.
Oh, that's a massive positive
yeah,
thing.
it's the first week of the fantasy finals for, default league.
leagues,
So
yeah.
that's if you're playing the final 8.
Yeah.
And so we play from round 20 to round 23, which is the last round of the season. Early in the week, those fixtures got announced.
They
It's going to be a
did.
big one to finish off. It's Sydney and St Kilda. That's a little bit exciting.
It is a bit
Ooh,
exciting.
big
You're gonna
names
have,
in that.
You might have head-to-heads going on in that, which could be
100%.
winning your grand
Right
final
down
for
to
you.
the wire.
So
Yep.
like a Mills versus Steele
Yeah,
could be
there's just
going
such
on.
relevant
You might have a
names.
20-point lead with
You might
Mills. and
you could have a
Steele coming over
captain.
the top.
If I tick it off, you might have a captain.
Might have a captain.
Jeez.
Wow.
Wow,
You
so
could even have Ryan Clark going to someone to tag in that last game that could
Certainly
change
could.
things.
Wow.
yeah, so you're right, dog. It's as irrelevant
But let's not
as a
think ahead
fixture release has
4
ever been.
weeks.
You got to get there, boys.
You do.
We've got to get through this week.
Confident dog at
So
the moment.
if you are in the top 4, you've got that double chance, though, which in this climate,
Yeah.
we probably want to have that double
course
chance
you do.
because there's a few sniffles around this week.
Oh.
There could be a couple of health
Are
and
you
safety protocols.
on any sources this week?
Feel free to hit the button, dog.
Oh, have you got one?
Have you got some?
I got multiple.
Have you?
Here we go.
Seriously, it has been running hot. People aren't mucking around with this Team Awesome Source thing.
Okay.
As a community, the fantasy community, they're becoming the number one newsbreakers in town.
Yes.
If they are correct. I don't know if they're correct yet, but
Okay.
I'm willing to squirt the ones
Give me a couple.
that are already members of Team Awesome Source.
Go.
All right. You want one?
Okay,
Yeah.
give me one.
Okay. Last week, we were walking down the street when we heard Aaron Hall was going to be laid in.
Yes.
And you considered bringing him in.
Yeah.
You were very disappointed that you didn't when he scored so well.
That was dog that was trying to talk me into doing it.
Oh, it's been good.
Well, do you know what?
What?
You'd be happy now if you did bring him in.
Is he out?
If you didn't, yeah.
Is he?
I believe so. Because
Okay.
this is a member of Team Awesome Source.
Right.
Oh, he's already a
Someone's
member.
giving you
They're
that.
proven in the past to have correct source.
Okay.
He's been one of the
And
most
he's-
traded in players this week based on what he did last week.
Well, there's going to be a hell of a reverse going on
all right.
if this information is correct, which I'm very confident it is.
Well, there has been the news that there are a few North Melbourne players that are down with COVID after they came to Tassie.
Yes?
We came back to Tassie. We're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right.
Yeah, we're immune to it down here,
course we are.
surely.
So that'll be an interesting one to see
Aaron Hall.
if that
So
one
I'm
comes
very
through.
confident with that squirt.
Yeah, so there could be a couple of roos. They might have a few changes. Well, they might name it up. They might even. Oh, you got
Button if
another
you want.
one?
Yeah, I've got another one.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. All right, not as fantasy relevant, but it's obviously for default league. It's finals in draft
Yes, of course.
as well. Andy McGrath.
Okay.
Oh, really?
I believe he's come down with the same thing.
Oh, no way.
The vid. I think he's
sure?
missing. Well, it is another member of Awesome
Another
Sauce. Now,
member?
everyone who's a member knows if they squirt incorrectly,
Okay.
they
They
lose their
they lose
badge.
their-
They lose their badge. And I was like, your badge is on the line.
Yeah.
And he said, squirt it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's it. So
As
we
a
could be
Bomber
talking to
supporter, I
anyone. We
hope
could be
you're wrong.
talking to GPs. We could, the people are out there. They
yeah.
know what's going on.
There's some very good track watchers as well that get along and
Yeah.
watch every
Yes.
training to see how that's all looking.
So anyway, they're my two from members squirts.
Now, on that, they said that Trelaw trained.
Yep, so he should be right. The way that Bevo, like he put it, what? Bevo said that he should play. He's tracking to play, and he trained.
Get
Josh
your
Gavlich, our
hands-
man at AFL.com.au.
Get your
was there.
hands down.
Unconfirmed member.
You're
don't
a
listen to
I
this.
don't let them I don't actually release the squirt until they're a member.
Okay.
But I have a squirt, but I don't want to say it. And this earns his badge, this
Okay.
dude, if it's correct.
Go for it.
But you won't be happy. That's all I'll say.
No.
I'm not squirting anything.
It looks like he's playing, according to Bevo.
Did you actually listen to that presser, though?
No, I didn't.
It was like positive, 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 and all his owners went, yes, he's playing. And then at the end, it was like, unless it's a risk,
Oh.
sort of thing, like a little
Okay.
throwaway, unless he's not 100%.
Well, Trelaw is a risk.
Well, that's the thing. So anyway, just saying.
Other ones there that we know that is Gresham is out for the season. A few people have him floating
Really?
in their sides. And then we know that Billings is missing this week as
Right.
well. That's been released by the Saints as well. Got a couple of debutants.
We do.
So Probably the only one of note, though, Cow, would be Dawson.
Yeah,
Is that
Callum
right?
Dawson, that's right. So he is a 190k defender. The other guys that are debuting are like a 260, a 280. So you're not touching
Bit much
them.
at this
It
time
is.
of year.
So Dawson 190k.
He's your man. So pick number 2 in the mid-season draft.
Right.
24 years old, Roy, if you
Delicious.
don't mind.
Fresh
And in the
meat.
VFL, averaging...
Aged meat.
Yeah, so he's averaging 57. It's not great. Last couple of games, a 57 and a 69.
Hey.
However...
You're not going to need him.
You're not going to need it. It's a 190k, cheap meat. You're not paying up for the other guys. If you need a downgrade target, he is your man.
Right. Does anyone need a downgrade? Or would you be spending your money? Would you be going Elijah Hollins?
Elijah
example.
is the exception because he's not too much yet. Unless it stops you, if going to the basement rookie gets you to the Uber premium you want,
Yeah.
I think you do that. Otherwise, if you've got a little bit of cash up your sleeve, I still think Hollins is the pick, being
So
that cheap.
he'll cost 27,000 more. Yeah, I'm with you.
I know, but then the next week he's going to get burnt by 1K, aren't you?
That's right.
But still, Elijah's the man.
All right. The source is real now. We've got Friday teams to start with. Fremantle and Melbourne. So Rory Lobb is in. Bailey Banfield's been omitted. Nat Fyfe is out injured. Jake Lever and Jaden Hunt come in for Melbourne. Tomlinson's omitted. Harms is out injured and Bedford has been managed. Let's look at Saturday afternoon with Collingwood and Port Adelaide. De Goey is back. He's the only in, so no Grundy.
No Grundy.
No Grundy.
Big one for anyone thinking that they could hold Cameron this week.
But there is...
Myercheck
what about-
is out injured and Carmichael.
So Cox is okay.
Cox is still in.
Cox is still there.
Right.
Yeah, so they're still playing their 2 rucks.
Which was a disaster last week, though.
Yeah, and it was. And there was a chance that Cox was also going to be out with illness.
Yes. Wasn't going to happen.
So, anyway.
Right.
If
there
he
you
wasn't
go.
there, I reckon they might have rushed Grundy back in.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
think they would have gone solo, would they? Don't know.
That's
Anyway,
what I was hopeful
we
of.
can think, we can hope, we can do whatever. But Port Adelaide, they're bringing in Lockie Jones, Trent, the Cannon McKenzie, and Dersma. So Houston is out injured. Bonner is out with health and safety protocols. There's one of them. Tom Cleary omitted and Willem Drew omitted. That's a big one for some draft leagues, I reckon, because he was a highly drafted player. For Sydney, no ins. Sam Wicks is out as a medi-sub. For the Giants, so they've welcomed back Kelly and Whitfield. That's massive. As we mentioned before, Leek Aaliyah will be coming in for his debut. Perryman, Hogan, and Tom Green is back in. Their outs, Riccardi omitted. Steenie, who was a medical staff, is out. Briggs is omitted, so good for the Chiefs.
Don't go there.
It's happening.
Keith omitted, Bruin omitted, O'Halloran omitted, and Sproul omitted.
I'm doing it then.
Oh, mate. I am all in.
St Kilda. So, as we mentioned there, Billings and Gresham are out. Ryan Burns has been omitted. Tom Campbell comes in.
Oh, no.
So, no Ryder. Obviously, he's gone for a while. But, yeah, that might
So
make
it's
some
in
difference.
the actual team.
Yes, so that's in the team one.
This is exactly...
With Hanbury as well. That's a good story.
Man, that's,
Oh, Dan back.
that's bad news for Marshall.
So, Tom
It is.
Campbell has actually been named in the ruck as well.
Yeah,
Not
hell
that
yeah, he
you
will be.
read too much
but
into
it's
that.
kind of like the Sweet situation.
Sweet.
That's all he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he might
So
as well
that
be
puts
in
a
there.
flag on
Marshall.
bringing in
Massive
Marshall.
flag
Don't
on
do it.
Marshall.
Might make Bruce a better option. Oh, no.
Dog said it.
Dog's
Dog
in.
said it. Quote it. Cut it up. Post it everywhere you possibly can.
Now, Hawthorn, CJ's back in, as well as Kajitsky and Sam Butler. I think I traded him out last week. Granger Barras omitted.
Yeah, dog show, all right.
Jarman Impey has been managed. Ned Reeves is out injured.
Any
So,
more squirts come up yet?
I don't think so.
I'm
No.
getting nervous.
I reckon I'll be too.
7:25 is Geelong and the Western Bulldogs. Segler and Tom Stewart. He should be a target this week. Back in. Reece Stanley's out injured. So Segler's in, for Stanley out injured. Shannon Neal, the Medi-sub, is out. And Zach Tui, a health and safety protocol. You know that squirt, Roy.
I did not.
For the Bulldogs, Caleb Daniel is back. Zane Cordy's back, but Calvin. That's not a laugh.
I will
Adam
punch
Treloar
you.
is out.
There's
So
a new member. I'm not happy.
True.
It's just a welcome to the club.
I'm sick of
So
your
Treloar
Treloar
a
is
member of
out.
Team
So
Awesome
that
Sauce.
calf. So clearly, wow, that's big. First week of finals.
Do you know what? You know how you think I'm happy about this? He's in my draft team, mate.
Don't care
I
about
need
your
him.
draft team.
I'm feeling it.
Have you
I'm
seen?
disappointed
Alex
about
Keith
it.
has been omitted. So has Lockie McNeil. You right, Cal?
Yeah, I'm all right. Keep going.
At 7:30.
Damn you, awesome sauce.
Adelaide play against Carlton. And Josh Worrell is in for the Crows. He's won 90K, Cal.
Oh, Worrell.
There's another one.
We've had him before.
Yeah, that was Cow's mate that scored like 17 or something.
If
wasn't it?
that dog. No, you go anyone else.
Good on him. He'd be right.
Tom Duday's out injured, and Brady
dudes.
Cook, the Medi sub. So Carlton, though, bring back the Pitbull.
Pitbull.
That's good for Cripper.
Mr. Worldwide.
And Owies is back in. Silvani's omitted, and Honey
Oh, wow.
has been
Have mercy.
managed.
What? Bossy. Go easy.
Big. All right,
sauce.
let's look into Sunday, and we'll start with Gold Coast and West Coast. These obviously are the squads. So, Mac Andrews coming in for his debut. They've announced that he'll debut, so he's in there. We've got Bowes, we've got Ace, and we've got Malcolm Roses as the ins there. Ballard out injured. For West Coast, they've got a lot of changes here with Witherden injured, Kennedy managed, Rotham injured, and Bazzo injured. So coming into their squad, Nick Nat looks like he is back now.
Ah, very good.
Greg Clark, Hugh Dixon, Petricelli, Petreski Seaton, Willie Rioli, and Zach Langdon. All right, Richmond and the Lions. Richmond Tigers and the Brisbane Lions. So Hugo Rouse-Smith's been omitted. Ross Mansell, Thompson Dow, and Tom Lynch are into the squad. Now, for the Lions, Daniel Rich is out injured. Their ins, Devon Robertson, Jackson Pryor, Kadeen Coleman, and Mackay Cockatoo.
Especially with Rich out, Roy.
Yeah.
Last game of the
He'll be
round.
good.
Roy, guess what?
What?
You got a new member.
No.
Andrew McGrath is out with health and safety protocols.
Stop it.
No, that guy already had a badge. That's why I was confident going with it.
Yeah, okay.
Good. Braden Ham out as a medi sub. So their ins include Archie Perkins, James Stewart, Jai Menzies, Massimo D'Ambrosio, extended bench might be in, as well as Nick Bryan. So North Melbourne, they are bringing in Callan Dawson. They've named that up. They've also put into the squad Gota. Do we have that one?
We used to.
We don't need
We
it.
did.
We don't
Gota.
need it.
Oh.
Yes,
It's not bad.
you did
So
very
pretty
well
close.
there.
That was good. So he may, but because they haven't named it, they haven't done a song and a dance about it.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not him. Anyway.
Challenge.
Nervous here.
So
You are.
who else is there? I'll go. Marnie, Jackson Archer back into the squad. Walker, Kanye Turner, and Nick Larkey. But Roy, Aaron Hall, health and safety protocols. Reverse those trades if you did that.
Goodness
Quite a
me.
few people have done that. Actually, how many
These-
did that?
The source member, they're not mucking around.
They don't muck
They've been
around.
good.
They
Three
have
or
been
three
good.
sources
Oh,
today.
like, and it's,
Aaron Hall,
none of it's
fourth
good
most
news.
traded in player at the moment, and he is 3.2k teams.
Well done, team.
Have
Source.
done that.
Well, they've saved people. Well, not really saved.
No,
They're
I
going to
mean, it
find
came
out
out
anyway.
but still, they
At least
were
they
on
loaded
it.
it up. So Aiden
Oh, we're
Cors,
on it.
another health and safety protocol, as well as Paul Curtis and Flynn Perez is out suspended.
Gee whiz.
There we go.
Okay. Well,
Big
there's
ones.
a few bullets. So, I mean, the Hall one is easily reversible.
Yep.
Yes.
Except there would have been a few people that just went, yes,
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
that was a ripper get.
Yeah, well done.
But
Wow.
obviously, that's a complete disaster now.
But being a lady, they would have had to have done it pretty quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yep. Trelaw's the big news.
Yeah, just another injury for me. Another bullet dog.
Another bullet for
Ned
you.
Kelly over here.
you could have
once
seen that
he
one
got
coming.
not deflecting them.
The kill shot.
Actually, gotcha.
It's the one that got me.
And the other big one there is Rowan Marshall.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Having Tom Campbell there, that was where my move was going, making me
Yeah.
think twice. I might have to go to...
Avoided it
I wouldn't
again.
do it now. Yeah, exactly.
You'd go to Gone instead?
Hell yeah.
Of course you would. Yeah.
So look, Marshall, I think I was confident if this Campbell thing didn't happen, that Marshall could, at worst, go head to head, but maybe outscore Max over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Last week, his time on ground was a little bit down because he had been crook all week, but he
Yep.
still pumped out 108. And I thought, onward and upward from here, this is a huge flag. Now, I still think he's going to be very serviceable because he
Okay.
was good that last month
Yeah.
with Ryder anyway.
Yep.
But I just think
You wouldn't-
Campbell is
yeah.
so unflexible
Yeah.
that he's not going to be that good at forward. It's not like I've tracked his career closely, but he feels like he's more of a
Agree.
ruckman.
Yeah.
That's a flag.
It is. And the other big
I'm
flag,
disappointed only
not a
now.
flag, but more of a joyous occasion,
Yeah.
is that the juice is solo.
Stuff it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Everyone.
So Briggsy, he doesn't even have his chop out guy.
You know, I'm encouraging everyone out there to make Juicy the number one most traded in player this week.
Well, it might happen. Dog said that quote.
Dog's ticked it off.
People have already
He's
put that
doing it.
quote
Look
out.
at him.
Is he?
He's got a sick lot of dimples on at the
Can
moment.
people that are really clever with, putting quotes out there and making it look really pretty.
Bruce is the fifth
Spread
most
it all
traded in
over the
player.
tweet.
He's already the fifth most. He will be the most, Roy.
2,800 coaches have been tricked into it by you blokes.
Endorsed
No.
by Warney.
Yeah.
But
Of the
Aaron Hall
traders.
there is number 4. He goes on top of that. Max only increases. He's the most traded in player at the moment.
Okay.
But Rowan Marshall in at 6
No. Goes ahead of him.
slides
He
down.
drops.
I remember saying, might have been last week or the week before, the juice is coming back into conversation.
100%
And
you
here we are, sitting here
Make
tonight.
it happen. That's
No.
the worst part about it.
Briggs made it happen.
He's coming off about a 70-point second half.
Yep.
You're only as good as your last half.
You are. He ended up with a 105.
He's going for 140.
He will be, I don't want to say
Look,
140.
Here's the deal. You know the funny thing, and this was Warner, you're better with names. You might remember who put this awesome stat out there, but he has never strung more than four games together.
So if he gets
Ever.
so if he gets to the end of the season,
It's
this
his
is from
record.
Jaden, who is like the Sir Swamp Thing of
Yes, Jaden,
real
sorry.
stats and Twitter fantasy stuff.
Because that would
I think
be
he's
5.
gone 4 in a row.
So if he gets you to the grand final,
It's a record.
he's
a
done
record.
5. It's his record.
Can
Here's
he do
the
it?
thing. So, last week,
there's
Riley O'Brien played against Tom Hickey, who the juice is up this week.
Yeah.
O'Brien has 104 from 51 hitouts. You can double that for the juice.
You can.
You can.
Juice is going to have a
Quadruple
field
it if
day.
he's your captain. I'm saying right now, it's a captain option.
Okay. The chances of him getting injured, suspended, bad form, he can't last 4 more weeks. He's never done it in his whole life.
He can do it, Roy.
Oh, why would I do this to myself again? It shows where my season's at.
All right.
Because I'm not even worried about doing it. I'm confident.
He's in for me, mate. Locked and loaded.
You're listening to the official AFL Fantasy Podcast. This is the Gold Diggers, thanks to Sportsbet. Conditions apply. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-858-858.
All right, we're heading back around to Calvin for our Bet with Mates group.
Hallelujah!
Thanks to Sportsbet. You can go to sportsbet.com.au. You can start your group, bet together and share the moment. Let's start off, like we do, with a Friday night same game multi.
Right, write this down, boys. We are going Petrarca as an anytime goal scorer. We are going Warn Dogs boy. Hibbard over 15 touches and James Aish over 15 touches at $3.75.
Well, I don't mind those two backmen because defenders have been racking up against both those teams.
They have.
And Petrarca, he's always going to kick a goal.
He sure will. Now, Dog, on Saturday.
Goal kicking special.
Goal kicking
It
special.
is, you beauty.
You know, I love it. So these guys, I think they're all going to get one here. We're looking at Rosie,
Tick.
Butler, the Bont, and the last guy there, Roy, what's his name?
Don't do it.
Come
oh,
on,
no.
say it.
Riley Thilthorpe.
What did
Good work.
spit
That's
at
a
me?
bullying
No,
situation.
He spat at me.
Bullying.
No, I like those moves
Yeah, it's
there,
good.
Cow. They're all goal kickers. And they will get one. Of
course they're gonna get one, Dog.
Handy,
Let's
Dog.
go.
Let's
you
go.
can find Bet with Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group, bet together and share the moment. Conditions apply. For more details, see sportsbet.com.au. And as always, gamble responsibly. All right, V8s. You're back, aren't you?
I'm back, and I'm just making a couple of changes to my top 5.
Oh, already?
Number 1,
Okay.
the juice.
You are an idiot.
I am. Okay.
Yes, you are.
Bring him on.
Clip that one up.
Okay.
Do you know what, though? Can I just say something quickly on that again? Juice, he's about 105 guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't go much more.
And a great
Won't go
matchup.
much less.
Let's have a look at Rory Laird because he is clearly going to be your number 1 captain. So, man, his form's elite.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so in his last 5, he's going at 140 with a lower score of 129.
Oh, boy.
That is ridiculous.
Yep, it is.
So, he's already played Carlton this year for a 122. He had 118 against them last year. The Blues have been a little bit tough, though. They're the number 2 hardest team to score against in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
However,
Good team.
this guy, he's got form. He's got the Saturday night game, so you can roll a lot of players into him.
He's just got such a versatile game as
Yeah.
well. He
Yep.
racks up. He
Yep.
tackles. Yeah, he gets it done.
So a lot of people will go Callum Mills as my number 2 option into Laird. So Mills plays on Saturday afternoon, a 2:10 game. He's up against GWS. Now, Carlton last week had 8 tons against them.
Good team, though.
They had 4 players have double figure marks and 6 players go over 25 touches. They racked. He is the definition of rack.
Yeah.
So his form's elite, going at 133 in his last 2, which is obviously behind Laird. So he's going to be awesome as well. Number 3 there, we're looking at a bit of Took on the Sunday if you need to roll into him, just off the fact that it is West Coast. Took going at 118 in his last 5. And who played West Coast last week? Jack Steele, 154, and Brad Crouch with a 147.
I'm glad he finally realises those two played each other last week.
Oh, yes.
What do you mean? I was at the game. I did.
On the podcast.
Right.
You forgot it, and you were there legit
there.
half an hour.
Well, was I
before.
there? That's the question.
That is a good
Watching
point.
it.
Oh, I'm going to give you. They're the top 3, and I like Jack. I like Steele and Merritt as well, just because that. Well, who can? But here's the one I want. Here's the one. Are you ready for this?
Who can?
Here you go.
You turned American.
Tom Stewart.
Yeah.
Right. Tom Stewart.
Yeah.
Will have one of the biggest day outs going around.
Why? You've got a theory here, don't you?
Okay.
But you've said this before about
No.
defenders.
Listen again. The Bulldogs, the second easiest team for defenders to score against this year and in the last 5 weeks.
Right.
Stewart, coming off suspension. The Cats are going to go, mate, they will look after him like never, ever before.
They are a team that are good enough to do this sort of
Yes.
thing. I
Yeah.
have seen them do it in the past.
Right, so at home this year, he's played 3 games. It's only 3 games, so it's limited data. That's amazing he's only played 3. But an average of 140
At home.
at home this
Yeah,
year.
those 2 match runs. 169 was in that, wasn't it?
And a 150, and the lowest was a 94. All right? Okay, so listen to this. Port
It's
Adelaide,
going to be huge.
He could be D1 for the rest of the year, Roy.
Ready
That
this?
rolling
Yeah,
22.
100%.
just to sell it a bit more. So Port Adelaide last week played against them. Alir, 102 from 11 marks.
Right.
Ryan Burton, 111 from 8 marks.
So both way up on their averages.
Way up on their averages.
Yeah.
He is going to have a massive comeback game.
They sap the life out of teams down there.
Yes.
And then once they're dead, they play kick to kick for practice.
Add to it, Saturday night footy.
Oh, God.
You can sit
And,
back.
and it's going to be
Oh.
him in the...
Yes.
It's going to be all the attention on
Tom
him, isn't
Stewart,
it?
return game. I'm telling you now,
Oh,
you could, if you wanted to, you
boy,
could
oi.
VC him into,
I'm tempted to chase this.
yeah, but you're going to have to chase it into a Took or even a Zach Merritt on a Sunday.
Because playing at the same time will be Rory Laird.
Yes.
I'm chasing
Surely
it
you're
as a trade
Rory
target.
Laird ahead
no
of it.
VC or C.
I'm just saying,
I
if
just
you
want him
want
in my
to,
See,
team.
where have you got him ranked? In your
ranking
skippers.
wise, he's at number 7.
Right, okay.
I'm not stupid. Jesus Christ.
You're very excited about it.
Mate,
You are very
I
excited.
would
You've got me excited
mark
about
my
it.
words. I do that to you, though.
Yeah.
I do get you very
But
excited.
this is very, very interesting.
Well, there you go. There are some easier options and easy options to go. Your vice captain into captains and a couple of little smokies, Roy,
Look,
of dudes who are going to have days
if
out.
you were going to say, all right, you've given us safe but,
Yeah.
safe but big.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick one of them to go super big, if one of those guys could hit 160 this week, who would be the most likely?
Tom Stewart will hit 160, or even a Callum Mills could get it.
Right.
I reckon Lairdy's going to be a 130.
Yeah.
I reckon Mills could be a 140.
Yeah.
And I reckon Stewart,
He can do stupid.
he could
this
be
week.
something out of this world.
It'd be nicer if you played earlier, just to VC that. But
How
are any of you guys
exciting
going
putting the sleeve on him.
Are any of you guys going to have him?
I might get him in now.
I'm hunting him.
I might get him in
The
now.
thing is, he's got 4 more games to go. 3 of them are at home.
Yeah, that's huge.
3 at home
And he's averaged 140 at home.
from only 3 games.
That doesn't matter. It's
I know.
3
And
games.
And if you
Still
took
three.
out his worst cow, he's averaging like 160 at home, isn't he?
There you go.
If he took out 2 of his worst, he's averaging something ridiculous.
Wow.
Anyway, my form is elite. Captaincy
Because
has
you've been
been
picking the best players in the comp for once.
it's been outstanding, and I cannot see why I would drop off this week.
No.
So
Good
what's
on
it
you. You
looking
are
like
bad.
then? What's your plans at the moment?
Mine will be Mills and just hope he's good.
Mine will be Mills into Laird.
For a Saturday afternoon game?
Yeah, so I reckon that's going to be a lot of people doing that one.
Andy Brayshaw, would you be okay with me doing that on Friday night?
Can if you want, mate. If you like a 70.
Who's he play?
Melbourne.
So he's played him once this year and he had a 94.
He's
He
not
does-
going to spend half the last quarter on the bench this
They
week.
better
I
not.
guarantee that.
And he's at home again, so.
Gosh, that is a blockbuster game.
It is, but he hasn't gone over 100 in his last 2.
No.
So I don't think that's a VC
So then am I
option.
better to go Laird as VC on Saturday night into a Took or Merritt?
Yes, that's what I'd be doing if I was you. Didn't you get to Mills last week?
No. There's been a lot of good players that I haven't just been able to get to.
Very close.
So where do you sit on someone like a Steele?
What about a Jack Steele? So he comes in
Yeah.
at number 5. So number 3 on form. Hawthorn are still the easiest this year. They're number 2 ranking in the last 5 weeks. So the thing I liked about him last week was the marks, Roy.
Yes.
He was coming back. And, Dog, I was there. I watched that game. He had a 154.
Who did he play against?
Played against the Wee Eagles.
Oh,
So
gosh.
154, came
was
back
so funny.
for his 10 marks. Only one time this year has he taken 10 marks, and it was against Hawthorn.
Oh, wow.
Early in the year, it was round 4, he had a 130.
What about the giant?
Okay. The tag from McGuinness. He will 100% go to someone. The
has to
question
go to
is,
someone.
does it go to Steele or does it go to
I think it's
Sinclair?
Sinclair.
Or does it go to Hill?
It could go to Hill. Out of those 3, who can you not tag?
Well, Hill's the one you can be most confident that you can
Shut
stop,
down.
completely
Agree.
shut down.
Yep.
Steele's the last one out of that list.
2 right ears. It goes. I'm with
It's
you.
Sinclair. I think it's Sinclair.
I think he goes to Hill first.
Then you
if he's
wipe
fast
out
enough,
a really important player for him.
or you wipe out Sinclair's drive out of the back.
Steele will still be serviceable
Oh,
if
yeah.
tagged,
100% he will.
but he's not.
He'll
he's
just
he's
tackle
not a
more.
trade target or a captain option if he's tagged though.
No, he's not.
He's still just going to be a good 100 guy.
Yeah. I
So it is something that I would like all ears to the ground.
yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Good captains.
Thank you.
I want to play again. I reckon I would have had a pretty good crack at the record.
They were greatness.
She goes to the milk bar and comes out with 5 heralds and I'm on the front.
It has been a privilege and a pleasure to spend time with the Centurions, getting to hear their stories in their words.
It was just a buzz of a place to be.
Oh, it's exciting.
You take that conversion rate any day of the week.
Subscribe to the Centurions wherever you get your podcasts and keep clicking back to afl.com.au and the AFL Live app for another instalment with the game's greatest goal kickers.
Nothing wrong with a bit of me time.
That was Damien Barrett on there, wasn't it?
You know, there's like a movie out at the moment called Me Time.
Yes, I saw that. I couldn't believe it.
All right, let's have a look at some questions from the punters. I like this one here from Darren, who wants to look at going Cameron to Bont via DPP.
Cameron
Yep.
Nice.
Tick that.
But then Tui, who is out with health and safety protocols, to Robbie Fox.
Fox.
Has anyone looked at those numbers?
Love him. Massive fan.
Huge.
Let's get him up.
Draft owner. I can tell you all about Robbie Fox. He is killing it
Isn't he
down
ever?
back
So
for the
he
Swans.
has only played a few games, came in around 12, then didn't play for a couple of weeks. Came in with in round 15, 94.
Yep.
Then had a 51, 87, 110, 104. And the Tasmanian that he is
Yes.
only sets you back 583k. He's actually gone up a truckload.
Yeah.
But holy hat.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
I reckon if you guys had have read the Wednesday wash-up, you would have seen Robbie Fox's name there.
I did read
His
it up.
question
Yep.
is outstanding, and yes,
That's
he
a great
is-
move.
Yep, he's an option. He is the cheapest bargain going around. He's taken, you remember old school Lloyd Marks?
Yep.
Foxy is getting his hands on that pill.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Have you got a stat line on him?
Nah, only last week. I'm just looking at his marks here. So he had, 25 touches.
8 marks.
25 touches and 8 marks.
And he saved his score late in that
Yeah,
one,
right,
actually.
okay.
So, no, if you're looking for a bargain dog, and it's
Well,
got to be
under
a
600k,
It is a bargain at this time
Yeah,
of year
definitely.
for someone that you think can hit triple figures in defence.
And a great run home.
Yeah,
Apparently,
and a great run
the
home.
Swans look good on the scale of hardness.
Mate, I don't want to talk shit. I don't want to talk about the scale again, but the scale's on.
Yeah.
Captain's on, scale on.
Now,
You two need to pull your weight, to be
Do you
honest.
know something I thought about scale this week?
what?
I wrote it down. Scale. SCALE. Cow.
Wow.
It's in the scale. Did you not know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was thinking, could be a cool little design thing.
100% it could be a design
God,
thing.
my heart
Scale.
just skipped a beat.
Right.
Someone could go to town with that.
Oh.
Make a really epic thing. You could put it on a T-shirt.
Yes, you could. Yes.
Brock wants to know, is Treloar a must trade?
Yes.
I think any premium that's out now,
Yep.
you're a must trade.
Of course, he's got to go.
Yep.
Speaking of scales, remember when you stood on that one on the way home from the airport the other day? Damn.
Get off the plane, they said.
Alex wants to know, would you go to Stewart or Doherty? scale of hardness. No, what's that yours thing called? The rolling 22.
Oh, that thing.
would say Doherty.
Yeah, it would.
But did he sell you?
He sold me 100%.
Sure, already sold you.
There's no longer a big 3 in defence.
It's a 4.
There's a big 4.
Or there's a big 1, then the 3. And that's Stewart, then the rest.
I'll tell you what, it's a thing. I'm going to have to really have a long, hard look at that. He's definitely top 3. He's bumped Dawson.
I'm trying to get him this week.
Yeah, I am too now.
Yep.
You always trick me into getting
there's
deflectors
no-
based on the scale.
Is there any fear of getting him for his first game back?
I don't
No.
think so, is there?
No.
He's had it, like he hasn't been injured.
No.
No.
What a
He
little
would have
block
been
of training
doing
he would have
hard
worked.
yards and would be keen to come back and
impress.
make amends.
He did the
He could
wrong
win
thing.
the Cats a flag here.
He can. He
could.
did the wrong thing. He's
He
gone,
about-
boys, get on my back.
Come on, boys.
Kick it to me. I want a +6, and I'll carry you the rest of
They
the way.
will kick it to him.
Too right, they will.
Mate at work actually bought a Cats membership today, like one of those
Oh,
ones
yes.
that guarantee you the grand final
Oh.
ticket. There were 5 left, and he got one of those.
Well
Gas.
done.
They're a good chance to be there.
Yeah,
Very
good
good
chance.
They're favourites to win, dog.
Are they?
They are.
Cool.
Good purchase then.
Yeah, great purchase. Which combo do you want here for Billy? Gone and Stewart,
God,
That's
delicious.
nice. Or Merritt and Bruce?
Ooh, it's the first one.
It's
Gone
gone
and
and
Stewart.
Stewart.
Look, I've got to contain myself.
Yeah.
It is the first one.
Look, one of those combos has 2 players in the rolling 22.
Yep.
One combo has just 1. Better go with the 2.
And the thing is, Merritt's been fantastic.
Yeah.
But even this time of the year, he's still only a fallback captain option.
Yeah.
You could have a VC on a Stewart.
Hell yeah, you could.
You certainly could.
Rick's got this issue, and he's actually directing it at me. But
Oh dear.
sorry, mate.
Hopefully it's
Have to
hatred.
dump Darcy Cameron and Gresham,
Right.
and is it Fox and Warner? Yeah, that Swans combo.
I love it.
Or do you just go the gun and rook and play the rook on field, I assume here, and that is Jack Steele and Cully.
Sorry, no. You go those 2 Swannies.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going the Swannies.
Why is that?
Cully 70,
Still
Steele
120?
150.
He's going to get tagged. You have to tag him.
Do you reckon?
Who's gonna
He's
like even if they
clearly
go to
the
him, he's
best
still
player
gonna-
on the team.
If
I do like...
But those 2
We've
Swans
spoken
could
about
drop
this
70s
before.
each.
No,
Could
they can't.
No.
I don't think they can.
Hmm.
You seen what Warner's doing?
you imagine when
Yeah,
the
yeah,
coach
That's 4 big tons in a row.
coach goes up to McGuinness, hey mate, I need you to tag Jack Steele. What? Surely I can tag one of the other. No, you're on Jack Steele. Oh bloody hell!
Look,
He's not happy about
And
it.
he'll go and do a
It's-
bad job of it, so
Yeah.
he doesn't have to do it
it's
again.
an
you go.
interesting thing because I'm a big fan of not necessarily tagging the best, but tagging the guy you can wipe out
out.
of the game,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
ruins the whole
Yep.
game plan for the opposition.
Puts all the pressure on the premium.
So, I mean, I would do that, but how often do you see them just go and chase that best player?
Yep. I don't think they do it, but
So
we'll
you
see.
guys are Steele and Cully.
I think I am.
I think I am.
Have you
as
not
well.
seen your own scale of hardness?
Scale of hardness. I have. I'm still.
Okay.
Jack Steele this week will be massive and won't be
We
tagged.
can't put too much faith in Jai, can we? He was awesome.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. That big body in the mid all the time.
Yep.
The dreads.
Tackling.
help.
He was great. I don't know.
He only goes Gold Coast and Adelaide in the next 2.
Yeah, all right. I was very impressed with him. I thought he was awesome.
Yep.
Daniel wants you to rethink the captains, Calvin. Can Calvin look at what Melbourne gave up last week
What Melbourne gave up last week
to the Bulldogs?
I'm just checking my notes. Where's that written?
You probably didn't write it.
I would have. Keep talking and I'll get
Would
back to you.
have.
What Melbourne gave up last week.
Didn't all the Dogs boys just get a little 100?
Yeah.
Like everyone was hitting 105.
Oh, what does he want?
106,
What does he want me to do?
102.
What does he want me to do?
I don't know.
Who plays Melbourne this week?
Freo.
Freo.
Oh, so
Andy
he's
Bray.
talking about Bray.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I'll tell you what, someone like Hayden Young will have a field day in that matchup.
He will.
Those
Yeah,
defenders
even Luke
there.
Ryan and they'll go tons.
'Cause
Probably.
that's what they're doing. Right, Harry Moore wants to know, why is Robbie Fox suddenly scoring hundreds?
Because they've finally realised Robbie is good. He's a good player, and they're kicking him the ball. He's not just out there to make up numbers. He can actually use it.
So I'm looking at what Melbourne gave up last week, and that's to the Bulldogs. Now, the Bulldogs are supreme.
Yeah.
Only one midfielder got over 110, and that was Bond. If you want to class him as a midfielder, he kicked 1 goal, 2.
Yeah.
So a lot of low hundreds there. And then there's a few of them. In total, there's 6. One's a ruckman, one's a defender, and then there's Dunkley and McRae. But, yeah, I want to see bigger scores than that.
Yeah.
Right, Bales wants to know, which M do you want? Mills, Miller, or Merritt?
Mills, Miller, or Merritt?
It's Mills.
It's in that order.
Yeah.
That's the order. And Zach's been awesome. He's been so good.
Yeah, Zach is
He's
close
back to
the-
normal Zach.
Zach is nearly second. In that.
Okay.
There's no McGrath. There's no Parrish.
Tuke's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's Tuke second.
Who would you prefer to have here out of Rosie and Kadeem Coleman, who is back into the team?
Whew. That's a tough one.
Rosie, I think.
I just couldn't do that.
I'm Rosie.
Mm.
But Coleman has been excellent.
You would save a bit of coin with Coleman, wouldn't you?
I
Is there
reckon.
risk with Coleman as well, though?
He only missed last week because of illness.
Right, yep.
So it's not an injury that held him out. And no Rich, I'd back in Coleman.
It was injury last week, wasn't it?
I thought it was. Don't know.
It was that one before that was illness, wasn't it? Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I
but
can't keep up.
He hasn't been stringing games together either way.
Yep.
So.
Guy,
Probably is Rosie just to be
Rosie,
safe then.
yeah.
Yeah.
gone or Bruce? It's got to be gone if you've got the coin.
Well, does it? Because it's about 120k in that.
It's a fair bit. You can do a bit with 120k.
Too right,
dog.
you can.
Okay, Stuart wants to know, Treloar to Juicy
Yes.
and Sick Dog to Stuart.
Oh!
It could be an 80-point turnaround.
Or do you
Goosebumps.
go Darcy Cameron to Taranto?
That's a bit boring.
No, we go the other one. I just got shivers.
I think there's an exciting player this
I'm
week.
looking at something like that.
Cameron's more important to get out than
Oh, my goodness.
Sicily.
Look, so let's just stop and take a deep breath with Cameron for a minute, okay? Because that is going to be the
It's
key
an
question
issue,
on
yeah.
everyone's lips here. So there was a few scenarios playing up through the media. So there was Cox was crook, right?
Yep.
Which could have meant Cameron solo.
Yes.
That would have been hold.
Yep.
Okay. Then there was talk of Cox being crook, Grundy skipping that VFL game and coming straight back into the AFL. That was trade. Now we're back to that Cox and Cameron combo.
Yep.
Now, since round 8 or something, the only time he's gone under 80 is last week. It's almost an anomaly.
Yep.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Why, though, was Cox playing so much ruck? He only had 8 CBAs, Cameron, last week. What caused that? Is it going to happen again? If Cox has been crook, will he play forward more and not so much in the ruck? Are we jumping at shadows here?
Okay.
He has been awesome, and he can hit 100 with Cox in the team.
Agreed.
One bad game.
The thing is with Cameron, he needs to go at some point.
Right.
We know, and it may be next week. You can go a week early. He's got a break even
It's
of...
just that's the key to
So
me.
he dropped 44,000 last week. He's got a break even of 136.
So this is all still relevant at this time of year,
Yeah.
is
So
it?
at he's
It
only
is
a
because
little
it could
jump.
be the difference what you have to
Yeah.
get to a max gone.
Right,
So at the moment, to max, you only need a little bit of coin.
right.
Next week,
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
and Max is
50,
going up, and he's
60
going down.
plus. Yep.
Next week, it could be way more. So I just think that if you've got nothing else to do, he can go
Right.
because Grundy's in next week.
Yeah.
And next week, if you've still got him, you're trying to move him on.
Okay.
And if you cop a couple of injuries, woo, you're in
Right.
trouble.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
just saying.
Ryan wants to know Marshall
No.
into your side with Brody at M8 or Warner with Brody at F6. So Holden Brody anyway. Is it Marshall or Warner?
Marshall or
Gosh,
Warner?
unfortunately,
Yeah, I
thanks to
know.
Big Campbell,
I'm
who
with
I
you.
didn't even think was on a list anymore, let alone popping up to be a problem for me on a Thursday night. It's Warner's safer now.
He is much safer.
Yeah.
Josh wants to know this one. Who goes first now out of Cameron and Jackson?
Oh,
I think
wow.
Cameron scores more than Jackson.
He does. They are
I think
starting.
you've got to go that way.
If Melbourne are going to win the flag, Max needs to fire. He's got 4 weeks to get himself going. He started last week. His run into finals needs to be awesome.
I'm holding Cameron over Jackson every day of the week.
Me too.
Bailey Smith, we're all happy with that being an option.
Yep, tick it off.
Number one,
Just
Roy?
safe, number one option. in the
All day long.
Is it Tom Stewart over Bailey Smith here for Remy?
Oh, jeez. Don't get me started.
This guy has tricked me, or convinced me, I should say, that there is only one way to go there, and it's chase a massive score.
Yeah. It's the time. It's a silly season. You can do this with 4 weeks to go.
You're silly every week.
What,
That's
what if
true.
he comes back totally rusty?
He's not going to be rusty.
He doesn't rust.
No.
He's too well oiled.
If it was from an injury, 100% you'd go the other way. But he has been training the house down. And I'm just saying, I don't have any source on it, but I reckon he would be.
He does seem like that kind of guy.
He would be.
All right. For Wawa Saint, Max Gone or a Ford mid in his price range?
I think we all need Max at some point. He's pretty cheap at the moment.
God, so here I am thinking I need Max. I've got about 5 ruckmen in my team. So technically I don't need him.
You don't need Max.
However, it's Max.
Yeah.
You all want Max.
We all want Max.
So, yes, get Max. Max gets a big tick.
Done.
Got both Witho and Treloar out. Which premium to bring in out of Dawson, Sinclair and Stewart?
Stewart.
I don't know how I'm going to do
so
it.
Stewart.
Oh, jeez. We're all putting in eggs in
And
our...
then which mid-price would you be bringing in out of Coleman and Bruce?
Bruce.
Yeah. Don't bring me down.
He will bring you down.
Bruce. Yeah, I'd be in.
It's happening.
Interesting one here for Thomas. Shield or Sam Berry? Sam Berry's
Oh, I
form.
love Sam Berry.
Sam Berry's amazing.
I could watch that guy play all day. He's an animal. In regard to that question, it is a tough one. Who do you think?
I'd go Berry.
Would you?
Yep. The SKL says
Scal
Berry
of
as well.
hardness.
That's going to mess with your head tonight, I reckon, V8.
Sure will.
Lincoln wants to know, how would you rank Steele, Oliver and Mills? I think Oliver's at 3.
Yes, he is.
Steele and Mills. Because he wasn't in that MMM one.
I'd have Mills ahead of Steele.
Just because of the scale?
And he's been better in the last few weeks.
He has.
Steele has been great, but Mills is still going at 133 in his last 3.
Steele has now a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
And he hasn't scored a 50 in the last month.
Okay. I can see that.
So it's very tough.
So you're Steele.
Just by a nose.
Okay.
A few people have asked this during the week, and Sam's asked this one on Twitter. Which rucking Darcy goes first? Either the Darcy Cameron or the Sean Darcy.
I won't say it.
Do we keep Sean with his green run on scales, the scale of hardness? Who do you keep, Sean Darcy or Darcy Cameron? I think it's Sean Darcy for me.
Darcy Cameron goes first.
Has to.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go this week, he goes
impending
next
doom
week.
I
with
know.
Yeah,
Darcy Cameron.
So you've said the right thing.
Thank you.
However,
However.
So ignore last week. You look at their games head to head.
Yeah, I hear you.
There's one that has hit 100 probably every second week and hasn't gone below 80.
Yep.
Sean, you can't say that about Sean.
No, you can't. And Sean's got Max this week.
That's not green on the scale by any means.
No, I'm looking at it now.
Heavy rain on Friday night. Does that affect Gone?
He'd probably lap that up.
Oh, too right he does.
Oh, actually, he does
No,
with
no,
the hit outs. The slippery
And that's Darcy
hands.
as
Yeah,
well,
but he won't
obviously.
need he'll have 50 hit outs.
Darcy's happy with the hit outs. Darcy's not taking any marks around the ground anyway.
Not as Max.
Max needs his 8. Well, he would have had 8 or 10.
Can someone
on the
give
weekend.
Max some gloves? Give him some gloves for this one, please.
All right, last couple of questions here. David wants to know Parker, Duncan, or Taranto for Treloar.
I'm stuck on that one, Roy. That's a tricky one.
It's Taranto for me, I think. Parker's got that nice draw.
So we're all jumping off.
It's me. It's Parker, Taranto, Duncan.
So I would go Parker, Duncan, Taranto.
And that's fair enough. So
You don't own Taranto, do you, V8?
No, but I wouldn't want him.
there's fears of Duncan's role drying up completely with Tom Stewart back. But let's not think that Duncan doesn't like playing at home and bullying
Mate.
bad teams that have been strangled by the boa constrictor of the Cats down there.
I'll be watching this
He
game.
gets the +6s as
I'll
well.
be watching this just going Duncan to Stewart. Oh, back to Duncan. Back to Stewart. They'll just do this all day.
They will.
To your right. And
It's a
they'll
good
love
day
it.
for both.
It's going to be big.
Treloar, Gresham, and Darcy Cameron, who goes? It's got to be the 2 injured guys, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does.
Yeah.
So you just got to ride your Cameron and hope that you can do something with
This
him
is what you're
next
talking
week.
about. If you've got the luxury of being able to get rid of Cameron now,
Yep.
you could be in a situation like that next week.
This is super luxury. Nick wants to know, trade Petrarca or Cameron?
It's Cameron.
It's still Cameron.
It's Cameron.
Because, once again, if it's not this week, it's next week.
And I'll tell you something about Petrarca. Frustrating.
Oh, yes.
Horrendously frustrating.
Oh,
And this week, bad matchup. Too,
Very bad matchup.
for him. However, next week, if you can get through, somehow get him through this week with just a little 100 or something, he plays the Pies next week.
he does.
And he should have a field day. He should have 130
Agree.
next week. So if you end up with it, keeping him this week, which I'm trying to trade him,
Yeah.
but if I don't, the only reason I don't is because I'm looking forward to next week and hoping I'm still alive in the finals.
So would you offload Petrarca or Darcy Cameron this week?
Cameron has
Cameron.
to be.
Has to go.
Cameron.
I'm with you.
All right. I think we've had enough, boys. We're
We
going to do a
have.
bit of thinking now about what our moves are.
Do.
A few issues there, obviously, at selection. Treloar out. Aaron Hall, for a lot of people that were thinking about bringing him in this week, which there were
There's a lot
few,
of people doing it.
and a few others floating around there, which will affect draft teams as we hit this first week of finals. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're hitting up afl.com.au all the time, because there's always great stuff there. But on Friday, Calvinator, you'll have Fantasy Ready.
Sure will, dog.
Which will be ready for you to read probably by lunchtime.
About fantasy. Can't go wrong.
Fantasy.
Well
You
done,
can't go
Team
wrong.
Awesome Sauce.
Oh,
Yeah,
brilliant
some
work
very,
today.
Very, very good
Yeah,
sourcing.
it's a great work.
We do appreciate it.
Well done.
Very good.
Great
Thanks
work.
for tuning in, and we will catch you back on Monday for the next podcast. Good luck in your first week of finals. We'll see you next time.